Okay, listen, I know one of three things today. It is Monday, it is past 7 o'clock, and if this was 2017, the Clippers would probably have the best team in the NBA. So do us a favor, kick back, relax, because episode number 55 of 609 Sports Talk starts right now. Welcome in, everybody, back to another edition of 609 Sports Talk, live here on Facebook. We are live over on YouTube, and of course, go check us out on Spotify as well. You guys know the deal. This is the show that unites fans and ignites debate. And as always, we are your hosts, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. So look, if you joined us last week, we had a very entertaining episode. We were talking a lot of NFC North. Of course, we had Dustin Reese from Chicago Sports HQ on with us last week. We talked some NFC North. We were talking some MLB power rankings. Had a fun show last week. This week, this is the final show before the NFL coverage officially gets underway. Next week, we got we start a bunch of stuff next week. We're going to get our top 10 list going for next week for the NFL season. We got a lot of stuff prepared for you guys as we wind into the final months of the summer, into the fall, get ready for that football season, college football, NFL. It's always our favorite time of year. But for right now, we do have some NFL news to talk about. You know, the Steelers, we got some things going on with them. The Commanders, we got some stuff with them. We got the Jets giving Sauce Gardner a lot of money. We'll get into that stuff a little bit later on. But since the NBA is probably going to have to take a backseat for bare minimum the next 3 months, so I don't care who signs two-way entry-level contracts. I don't care that Joel Embiid will not be ready until opening night of 2029. I don't care about that Paul George won't be ready until opening night 2033. I don't care about any of that stuff for the next 3 months. So we figured since the NBA is going to take a lot of backseat time for the next few months, we'd start off with some NBA tonight. And we're going to start off with, first of all, before we get started, Tyler, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing good. Still celebrating Victory Monday. This week brought to you by the Eagles' unveiling of their Super Bowl rings.
Well, that's all that thing is, a Super Bowl ring. Thing is freaking gigantic.
Maybe they can fly with it. I don't know.
Well, you know what? There are wings on that thing, so actually, you probably could fly with it. So, look, I'm gonna. Yes, I'm trying to find a photo of it. Yes, I am absolutely trying to do that right now as we're doing the show. But anyway, let's just. But dude, I can't get over the size of those things.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think it's ridiculous. I think they're gorgeous. I just think maybe they overdid a little bit of it.
They're gorgeously ridiculous, and they did not.
All right, here, you ready? Look at this thing. Look at the size of this friggin' thing.
Massive.
And if you see the comparison compared to 2017, oh my God!
Oh yeah.
This thing on Devontae Smith, this thing could be a wristwatch.
This picture doesn't do it enough justice. If you see it on the hand of one of the players, you really know how large this is. This isn't something you just want to, wear around. This is you might wear twice a year.
There is. That's something that Jason Kelce will hide in his sock drawer if he had one.
Oh man, he'd probably lose it.
Didn't he lose the other one? Did he lose his other one at one point?
He did. Misplaced.
Misplaced, as Travis Kelce would say. What's up, Carol? Carol's in here with us to start off the show. And she loves the ring. She said she would want to wear that around. Carol, I don't know if I can take that out of my house. I'm not sure if I can take that thing out of my house. That thing's freaking. That ring may cost more than my house.
Might have to put it make a necklace out of it. Just wear it as a necklace.
Devontae Smith so skinny he can wear it as a watch. He said it. I was watching all the reactions to him. Like, first of all, did you see Reed Blankenship and Cooper DeJean's reactions?
Yes.
Oh, dude, those guys, they are going to be fan favorites here. Sorry, Dennis, you're not getting rid of Reed Blankenship anytime soon. These guys are going to be fan favorites for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, Devontae Smith, while they were doing the presentation of the rings, he said, I can fit all 10 of my fingers in this thing. But all right, let's get into some of the stuff we have to talk about. Tyler, we have, I don't know if it's a bit of breaking news, but it's some very exciting news. After 2 years away, Damian Lillard is officially returning to the Portland Trail Blazers. The veteran guard has signed a 3-year deal worth $42 million, so he'll make $70 million this year without playing from his contract with the Blazers and the Bucks. So it's 3 years, $42 million. There's a player option for 2027, 2028, and there is no trade clause. Tyler, how do you feel about Damian Lillard returning to Rip City?
Damian Lillard going back to Portland is a full circle moment in regards to he never wanted to play in Milwaukee. All right, if we rewind a couple of years before the season started last year, he wanted to be traded to one team in particular. That was Miami. Miami strongholded the Bucks and every other NBA team, and everyone was so upset about it. It's a whole saga. And ultimately, his agent convinced him to go to the Bucks. Now, the Bucks had a below average season in terms of their previous successes. And, Dame was plagued with some nagging injuries. He did make it to the postseason, but then he had that bad injury. What was that? He tore his Achilles, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, the Achilles tear. So now he's kind of going full circle. He was one of the players that I originally could have seen staying with his team that drafted him for his whole career. I was very surprised to see how he became unhappy in Portland. Now, granted, he wanted to try to win a championship. Portland wasn't in that position. Do I think they're in that position now? No, I don't. So I don't know if he's going back there expecting to try to help push them for a championship, because that Western Conference is so loaded, it's not going to happen. But I agree with you, Anthony, 100%. I think Dame, he went back there because he plans on retiring there. However many more years that is, we don't know. But I do not see Damian Lillard playing for another team besides the Portland Trail Blazers. And I think everyone will remember his career as him being only a Trailblazer. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Well, first of all, Anthony, what's going on, brother? What's up, Georgie?
On? What's up, Carol? What's up, Georgie?
Georgie's in here with the first Transformer Super Bowl ring.
Oh, yeah.
That essentially is what it is. I mean, that thing. Look, I still have it in the design section here on the.
Eagles are always innovating, man. Always innovating. First the tush push, the Philly special.
Now there.
And now this.
This gigantic freaking ring, which like Tyler said, this does not do the ring justice.
Not at all.
I mean, this ring, Frodo Baggins ain't destroying this ring. There ain't no there ain't no Middle Earth you're taking that thing to.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I agree with you, first of all. I love the fact that Dame has gone back to Portland. Look, I understand. Here's where Damian Lillard went with the Blazers. He was loyal his entire career. Unfortunately, during his time in Portland, he had watched the likes of having a pretty solid team around him. They had him. They had Robin Lopez. They had Nick Batum. Mm-hmm. They had LaMarcus Aldridge. Yep. And then, shortly after that, LaMarcus Aldridge left and went to San Antonio. That is where I think the biggest domino fell for Dame, was the fact that that was basically his running mate, and he decided just to one-up and go to Texas.
Yeah.
So, then, of course, they had him and C.J. McCollum, and then that they kind of just, teetered back and forth between the playoffs and really weren't labeled as contenders, But I mean, when you lose guys like Batum and Aldridge, Wesley Matthews, who is a really good 3-and-D player for them, mm-hmm. Eventually it gets frustrating, and Dame did want to see if he had a shot at winning a championship, and personally, you saw it. It wasn't going to be in Portland. So he took the shot, and he went off somewhere else. Yes, I agree with you. I believe he wanted to be in Miami. I don't think he ever wanted to go to Milwaukee. Of course, now we also saw that there were reports coming out after the injury that some Bucks officials were not happy with him because immediately after tearing his Achilles, he wanted to go back to Portland to start rehabbing it and being closer to his family. Apparently, Milwaukee wanted him to stay around the team. And Dame and them, I'm not saying that was the main cause of it. All I know is that there were some people in the front office that weren't happy that he wanted to go right back to Portland and start his rehab that far away. Because I believe they were still in the playoffs. It was in Game 4 of that series. I don't think they weren't swept. So there was a little bit of animosity there that I heard, but it is what it is, I think. Personally, and then the Bucks end up waiving him and stretching out his contract so the money doesn't effectively kill them for years to come. But even though all that's gotten them is Kyle Kuzma and Miles Turner.
Exactly.
Anthony, if I remember correctly, he was traded to Milwaukee.
Yeah, he was traded.
Yeah, because they got Drew Holiday.
Yeah, because I remember the Blazers wanted Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero for Dame. I'm so thankful that never happened. So when you look at how the Trailblazers are currently constructed, I mean, they got some young guys they've been taking in the draft over the last few years. They got Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, Denny Avdija.
I'm not trying to pronounce his name, so
we're
don't
just gonna call him Denny.
Denny, there you go, Denny.
And they got Jeremy Grant. So I mean, obviously Dame's gonna miss this whole year, but coming back for the following season, I don't know what the contracts are gonna look like. Who's gonna be on there? They do have Drew Holiday now. Drew Holiday should be there for this season and next season, right?
Unless he gets traded, because apparently he wasn't too happy about being traded back to Portland.
Ooh. I could honestly see him getting traded. Maybe Milwaukee. They won't play him this season until they get Dame back, because ultimately I think Scoot Henderson will probably be a starter, and they'll probably want to have Dame as a starter as well.
I don't know what Sharpe's contract situation is looking like.
Yeah. Sharpe's really solid. I mean, last year averaged 18.5 points. So, I mean, he's kind of making himself a mainstay in that starting five.
Yeah. I mean,
I can see them getting rid of Drew Holiday altogether before the season starts. Just starting Scoot Henderson.
I just find it really funny that they traded Damian Lillard for Drew Holiday, They trade Drew Holiday back to Boston, and then they trade Holiday to Boston. Then Boston sends Holiday back to Portland for Anthony Simon. And now Damian Lillard is going back to Portland. So now Portland, the initial package was Drew Holiday in the deal for Damian Lillard, and now they have both Drew Holiday and Damian Lillard.
Everything's just full circle. Everything.
You know, dude, I'm going to stone cold predict that Drew Holiday's going back to Milwaukee. He never wanted to leave Milwaukee.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that's the best thing. That'll definitely keep Giannis happy. So then they'll have that's pretty lethal. You get Holiday back over there, a very respected point guard. Giannis, he brought in Miles Turner.
You'll have Kuzma, even though I know we're not big Kyle Kuzma guys, but Kuzma can still put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, he's a solid role player.
They just signed Cole Anthony to be their to their team as well. So I don't know. Right now, he's probably stated to be the starter. So
yeah, him or Kevin Porter. I don't know.
Please do not.
Yeah, they're trading Kevin Porter Holiday.
If Kevin Porter's the starter, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, they're trading for Holiday. It just makes the most sense.
Yeah, so we're gonna act like we didn't just talk about Kevin Porter on the show. Just so I'm aware of that because I don't really want to talk about Kevin Porter Jr. But anyway, back to the comments real quick here. What's up, Clint? Clint said he respects Dame's loyalty. I wish he would have ring chased a little more because no matter what happened, Portland always goes down. So Dame love. Yeah. I wish Dame didn't freaking. I wish Dame would have gave. I mean, look, Dame gave it a shot, but. And Clint is saying, yeah, it's like LeBron in Cleveland after 2016. Yeah, but I ultimately view this is Dame calling it a career.
You know what I wish? I wish they got more time with Dame, McCollum, and Aldridge.
Remember McCollum was just a mere role player when they had Aldridge. He was was he even on the team with Aldridge at all?
I think they played together.
He was young. McCollum
was young. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
Anthony said nobody could tell me Giannis is happy with this team. I mean, if they get Drew Holiday back, he probably would be. He's also saying Giannis will be gone next year. You know, we keep having this conversation every offseason. It doesn't seem like it's coming to become reality.
Yeah. So they did play together for a couple. They played for 2 seasons. You know, in one of those seasons, back when they had who was on that team?
What year?
Oh God, they had Greg Oden on that team too.
No, Oden wasn't even on the freaking Blazers that one day and got there.
Yeah,
Oden's last year was 2013.
Yeah.
With Miami. Not sure if you want to remember that, but there you go.
Rather not.
But yeah, I wish Aldridge and Dame would have got more time. I wish Aldridge would have stayed in Portland. But he ultimately wanted to go to San Antonio, and it worked out for the best for him. But here's the problem with it. The problem with this, and the reason I like this so much is, here's the thing. The Portland Trail Blazers are not a big market. They have to draft their players. They've drafted all their star players. Brandon Roy, there's another guy. If he stayed healthy, he would have been a superstar. LaMarcus Aldridge, CJ McCollum, Damian Lillard. I know he's not a star, but Nicholas Batum. That's the thing. Not many players are knocking down the door to go to Portland. And I hate to say that, but just think of this. If when Damian Lillard left the Blazers, all right, Dame left. Damian Lillard is still Damian Lillard.
Oh, yeah.
But the Portland Trail Blazers are the team is what's really going to suffer in that situation. Because not only are we already not a big market, now probably easily maybe the best player in the history of the franchise. I know Clyde Drexler, I get all that, but Damian Lillard easily a top 2 to 3 trailblazer of all time. In my opinion, he's probably number 1.
Yep.
But so when that guy leaves, now you're going to be stuck in what seems like a decade-long rebuild, and it's only been 2 years.
Exactly.
Because, again, there's not many teams not many players at ages are knocking down the door to go to Portland. And I hate to say that, but it's just the reality of how the NBA is and how the markets are.
Yeah.
Portland's not a big market. But now, if we think about the current Trailblazers, like you brought this up earlier. Okay, so Odin's last year with Portland was 2012. And James was, so they would have spent a season together. So Greg Oden would have been
so
1
now,
year.
Or was that Dame was drafted at the end of that season? That was Odin's last season there.
Well, either way, Greg Oden didn't play, so it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, true.
I mean, let me go look up. I still think Greg Oden would have been a really good player if his knees didn't fail him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Listen to this. Oh no, Anthony, they didn't play together. I just found out. Listen to this. All right. So Greg Oden was drafted in 2007. 2007, 2008 did not play, injury. So he makes his NBA debut in his second year in 2008, 2009. Played 61 games, averaged 8 points, 7 rebounds, 1.1 blocks, 56% from the field. Next year, becomes the full-time starter in 2009, 2010. 21 games, 11 points, 8.5 total rebounds, 2.3 blocks per game. Then that's when he fractured his kneecap. And then, here we go. 2010, 2011 did not play due to injury. 2011, 2012 did not play due to injury. 2012, 2013 did not play due to injury. Then ultimately goes to Miami, plays 23 games, averages 2 points, 2 rebounds, a half a block a game, and that was the end of Greg Oden.
That's like Joel Embiid before Joel Embiid.
Okay, hold on a second now. Hold on a bleeping second, buddy, okay?
You got something to say to that?
Joel Embiid has way more talent than Greg Oden did. Greg Oden was your powerful, sometimes back to the basket, shot blocking, rebound center, but he could score a little bit. Not saying he wasn't freaking DeAndre Jordan, but he wasn't Shaq either. But he was a big guy in the middle. But that when that knee injury happened, he just literally never got back from it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because that's the story of that Trailblazer era. Brandon Roy couldn't stay healthy. Greg Oden couldn't stay healthy. LaMarcus Aldridge ended up leaving in free agency. It was just a very unfortunate turn of events in Portland.
Yeah, maybe they'll put it together. I think with the group they got together now, they're just like one solid playing big man away from being able to do something when Dame returns after the year.
Yeah. I mean, as of right now, their starting center is probably Donovan Klingang. He averaged 6 points, 8 rebounds, 1 point. He played 67 games, started 37.
I don't know much about this guy they drafted this year with the 16th pick, Yang Hansen. He's 7'1".
Kid.
7'1". Hey, maybe they got something there, something that can develop. Maybe he can turn into like a, 14 point per game, 8 rebound player.
Well, I have to say, if you look at Donovan Klinghan's numbers, he only started 37 games. He averaged 6.5 points, but he also averaged 8 rebounds and 1.6 blocks. So,
I just realized he's 7'2". Damn, he's even taller. Oh my god!
And he shoots. He almost shot 30% from 3 and 50% from the field. So, I mean, if he gets the starting big man role early, let's see what he does. The one guy I got no hope for, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, is Robert Williams.
Send it back to Boston.
I mean, I guess the Trailblazers just love guys with knee problems. No, it's Brandon Roy. Cartilage issues in his knee. That's why he ended up not turning out the way we thought. Greg Oden, problem with his knees. Robert Williams, problem with his knees.
Maybe it's the elevation. I don't know.
It's the elevation in Portland. Sure it is.
That's what we're going with.
Anthony, give me like 5 more minutes on the Trailblazers. I'll get to that team. And Clint said Kling at least is going to be a beast defensively. That may be all they need. That honestly is all they need right now. Because if you look at them, hold on, I'm having a hard time spelling today. You look through their roster. They have Scoot Henderson, who did average 12 points a game last year. He played 66 games. He mostly came off the bench. He averaged 12, shot 41 from the field, 35 from 3. As of right now, they still. Oh God, Clint! Don't remind me of Sam Bowie and problems with his knees. This goes back even more than I. You got mad at me for bringing that up. Clint just took it all the way back.
Yeah, man.
Drew Holiday. I mean, defensively, we're talking, right? Drew Holiday, 11 points last year, 35% from 3, 1.1 steals. So, I mean, at least if Holiday could just stay around a year and be the placeholder, because we know Dame's not playing next year.
Yeah.
I know there's some people like, oh, there could be a small chance it's like the last month of the season. Why would you even do it?
They're not going to be in a position where it matters.
Exactly. Who cares? But I mean, they'll have Drew. They have Scoot. Scoot Henderson just became my favorite player in the league just because of his name. I mean, Shaedon Sharp last year in 72 games, 18.5 points, 45% from the field, only 31 from 3. So, but.
Oh my God.
Okay, guys, what are we doing with the jokes about the knees now? Listen, I'm nursing a bum knee right now.
You know what? They got 2 7-footers on the roster. They both might have knee problems in 3 years. We don't know.
Dear God, help us. Tyler, back to the guy you were talking about, Denny Avdija. I'm not.
Avdija.
I mean, he's only 24 years old. They got him from the Wizards before last year. He averaged 17 a game last year.
Mm-hmm. And 7 rebounds.
So there's your stretch 4.
They might have him playing small forward.
No, that's Jeremy Grant.
You think so?
Grant's only 6'7".
I mean, isn't he only 6'7" too? Oh, he's 6'9".
No,
yeah,
maybe 6'9".
Maybe. And we'll see.
So I mean, they do have some pieces here. And don't also forget, they also have Tamani Camara, who averaged 11 points per game for them last year. He started 78 games, 45% from the field, 37 from 3. He's another 6'7" wing on their roster. Bryce Harper just doubled again. Are you freaking kidding me? Bryce Harper's last 7 base hits are all extra base hits.
Let's not forget about the GOAT, Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. There's a process sixer. Oh, he shoots Oh, he shoots 43% from three now. Oh, I never would have thought.
Mm-hmm. Solid bench role players, averaging 7.5 points. I hope he's still a decent defender. That's kind of what he was known for.
Well, last year he averaged 2.2 steals a game, so I'm pretty sure.
I think that answers my question, yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. Coming from a Sixers fan who actually really enjoyed Matisse Thybulle, it's just I couldn't stand watching him and Ben Simmons on the same freaking court together. But Matisse Thybulle, the steal numbers do not tell the story how many passes and turnovers he altered and created with his deflection. He was such an underrated defender with his time in Philly. But no, I mean, Portland does have some pieces here. If the whole thing is going to come down to, will Drew Holiday hang around for a year?
Yeah.
If Drew Holiday can just hang around for this year until Dame is ready to come back, you add a bunch of these, all these guys are young. They're all 22, 23. I think the elder statesman outside of Dame and Drew is Shaedon Sharpe. He's 25.
Yep.
And this is after they already traded Anthony Simon, who's on an expiring contract.
Yep.
Clint, please stop with the freaking ex-Trailblazers with knee problems.
Oh, my gosh. Do you just have like a whole spreadsheet open, Clint?
Oh, my God, Bill Walton.
He's been waiting for this topic to come up.
Well, the difference is Bill Walton, unlike the other ex-Trailblazers, won a championship in Boston. But yeah, man, I really think that the Blazers may surprise us next year.
I think they will. I think they'll be one of those surprising teams that finishes like 6th or 7th in the Western.
Oh, a play-in would be a successful season for them.
Oh, yeah.
They got really good young forwards who can shoot the three. They got some bigs that we got to see how they look. They got wings and guards that can put the ball in the basket.
Yep.
As JT Realmuto just gave the Phillies the lead, so now I'm even more happy about tonight so far. But yeah, man, I like what Portland's doing, and like I said, it's good for it. Again, it's good for the market that is Portland. And like I said, I hate to say it, but Portland does not attract NBA talent. They don't attract free agents. It's hard for them to do. So to have the guy come back there, it's just a good story. It's awesome to see.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy him in Milwaukee. Honestly, I forgot he was even there half the time.
I did too. It was a bad fit.
And also, I want to go back to something that Anthony said earlier. Anthony said about how Giannis isn't happy with his team. You are aware the Bucks right now could probably be like the third best team in the Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah.
Celtics ain't going to be there next year.
Yeah. Pacers, they're not going to be there.
Pacers aren't going to be there next year. The biggest competition you have right now is the freaking Cavs and the Knicks.
Yeah.
And the Knicks hired Mike Brown.
Yeah.
But then again, the Bucks have Doc Rivers.
Yep.
Okay, maybe if Giannis is still upset about that whole coaching snafu, that I understand. But Cole Anthony, I know he's mostly been a bench player. He's a solid point. He's a solid guard. Kuzma at least can score when he feels like it. I really like the Miles Turner fit. I think that's a really good fit for the Buck.
It's a younger upgrade of Brook Lopez.
Actually, it's an upgrade in general because as good of a shot blocker Brook Lopez was, moving out in the open floor on switches, not his thing.
Good point.
So Anthony said, so they're the best team by default. No, because I still think the Cavaliers and the Knicks are potentially better.
Yeah, I get what he means, though. It's like
I'm disqualifying Philadelphia. They are no longer they're not even an NBA team anymore.
Oh, Anthony. I think that's their one bargaining chip that they still have.
They just keep re-signing his
They
brother.
gotta keep re-signing him, man. Give him like 5 minutes a game. You know, keep him happy. Keep Giannis happy.
Potentially, yeah. But no, I'm glad to see Dame go back to Portland. I think it's a cool little story for the upcoming years. Now, not much next year because he won't play, but yeah, I didn't enjoy Dame time in Milwaukee, and that wasn't the same.
It wasn't Dame time.
No, like if he would have went to Miami, I think we could agree that it would have been. I'm sorry, no offense to Jimmy, but at that point, if they would have went there, Damian Lillard is probably a better player than Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. It might have taken some more of the spotlight off of Jimmy Butler, and they possibly could have avoided a lot of the issues that came up last year. I don't know for sure, but it's possible.
What were the issues?
He was missing a lot of games, and then he was really just not giving his all. And then he was coming out publicly saying that he doesn't love playing anymore. But then he clarified that he said he doesn't love playing with the Heat.
Yeah.
As soon as he got sent over to what was it, Golden State, he fell back in love with the game.
Well, yeah, because he actually had decent talent around him. I mean, Miami hasn't given him much since he got there.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're
That's another
Robinson for seems like 10 years.
Duncan Robinson.
But he's gone, so it's okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
We're starting a new chapter in Miami. Jimmy's gone. Duncan Robinson's gone.
Okay.
That's all I got for now. I don't know. I got nothing else.
It's the Jaime Jaquez era.
I think he's going to get beat out by some other guys. I don't know how high Jaime's hopes are.
Don't get your Jaime hopes up, people. That's what I was telling you. But in other news, let's move on to another team in the NBA. The Los Angeles Clippers.
Sam, you pronounced that wrong. It's the Los Angeles retirement community.
Listen, if this is 2017, this would be the best team in the freaking league.
Yep. Too bad it's 8 years past that.
But while we're in the talks of reunions, Chris Paul officially returned to the Clippers today. Right? It was today he signed, right?
Yes, it was today.
Okay, make sure it wasn't yesterday. Either way, Chris Paul going back to the Clippers. He is joining James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Bradley Beal in L.A. Tyler, give me your thoughts.
You're forgetting a name, too. John Collins.
Oh, would you knock it off?
Okay, I mean, hey. You said if it was 2017. Actually, hold on. Let me not disrespect him. He averaged 19 points last year still. He's still in his prime.
Say, John Collins, well, look, by January, Beal, Paul, and Kawhi Leonard will all be missing games together load managing. So John Collins will be James Harden's best friend.
So I think the easiest thing to say is if this Clippers team actually stays healthy and they all play more than 60 games out of the 82, this could be the number one seed in the NBA.
Oh.
Because,
we're not doing this.
Dude, Zubats is the type of center that Portland needs, and that would put Portland over the top. He averaged 17 points, 12 and a half rebounds, almost 63% from the field. I mean, that kind of big man play in the NBA is very critical. Then you go over to John Collins, averaging 19 and 8 rebounds. And you get the Kawhi Leonard. How many games did he even play last year?
Like 46.
That's generous. It was 37. And he
Hey,
started every game.
I would hope he starts every freaking game.
So he averaged 21 and a half, 6 rebounds. Then we go to Bradley Beal. He played in 53, started 38. He averaged 17. Oh my gosh, they got Brook Lopez too? Did they? Oh my gosh.
Please continue to explain to me your thoughts on this team, because I'm not over the fact that you just said with a straight face that if they all play 60 games together, they could do something. We'll be lucky if these four take out John Collins and Zubac. If you just put Chris Paul, who, by the way, played all 82 games last year.
Now let's be generous to James Harden. He played 79 games last year, and the year before that, he played 72.
Oh, James Harden's not the problem. And that's come from a guy who had to deal with James Harden.
Bradley Beal's a problem. Because Bradley Beal, when was the last time he played 60 games? 2020 with the Wizards?
Let's take a look, shall we?
It was 2020 with the Wizards.
Oh, my God. He's missed at least
and he's only played 2 full 82-game seasons in his career.
And that was back in 2019.
And he's only had 2 other 70-plus games played seasons.
Now, don't get me wrong, something. Bradley Beal actually last year wasn't terrible. He averaged 17 a game. He shot 38% from 3. He wasn't god-awful. I did not like his fit in Phoenix at all. I did not think the Phoenix Suns needed Bradley Beal.
Yeah. He needs to stay healthier, and I don't doubt that he can contribute. Kawhi Leonard.
He's the X factor.
He's never played 80 games in his career. The closest he got was 74 games. And that was his last full year in San Antonio before he got the trade.
Yeah.
Did he get hurt that year? And then he got traded?
Let me say.
He played 9 games in 2017, 2018.
Yes, then he got moved.
And then he got moved 2018, 2019.
Yeah, let's not remind me of that, okay?
But Kawhi, even with the not playing as many games, you still see the points per game number. It's dwindled. He had his first good year with the Clippers, and then since then, it's just dwindled down.
Yeah.
So, with this team possibly being healthy, yes, they might have the oldest average starting 5 in the NBA.
In terms of their bodies, yeah.
Straight up age. I mean, 37-year-old Brook Lopez. Zubac is still 28, pushing 30.
Well, I mean, Lopez will be his backup, which is actually that's a pretty solid backup, too.
Kawhi, 34. Bradley Beal, 32.
Oh, my God.
How old's James Harden? 35, James Harden.
Chris Paul's 106.
I didn't even mention Chris Paul's name once yet, and this is what this topic was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris Paul. Honestly, how do I say this?
Oh, God.
Without sounding rude. Chris Paul will be a solid asset for when people start to get injured. Like if Bradley Beal gets injured, then they might have to move. They might have to move Harden to the shooting guard, and then have Chris Paul starting.
Well, yeah, because as of right now, if you ask me personally, the starting lineup right now would be Harden, Beal, Kawhi, Collins, Zubac.
You mean Kawhi for half the season, because that's how many games he's going to play.
You'll be lucky if you get half the season, okay? Because what Chris Paul is being brought to do this year. First of all, Chris Paul is 40 years old.
Yeah.
And he still managed to play all 82 games. So Chris Paul, in the prime of his career, hasn't played 82 games since 2015, has gotten hurt damn near every year since, but now that he's 40, he plays all 82 games.
Yeah, right.
Make that make sense. But real quickly.
Let's not forget about Bogdanovich as well. 11 points off the bench. That's solid.
Which
Bogdanovich?
Bojan. Is it Bogdan or Bojan?
Wait,
Bojan Bogdanovich retired.
Bogdan.
Okay. Yeah, because I was like, Bojan Bogdanovich retired.
They gotta be so damn similar.
Because they're probably brothers.
They're definitely brothers.
They better be. If not, that's really coincidental. But, so, here's the thing. Chris Paul is being brought in to do one thing. He is there to hopefully spend some minutes from James Harden. They saw what James Harden did for them last year. He carried that team. I think Anthony's the one that said it earlier in the chat. Yeah, he said it right here. He was carrying that team when Kawhi wasn't coming back. Yeah. So the job here is for Chris Paul to be the backup to James Harden so he doesn't have to play 1,000 minutes. And he's still capable. I mean, Chris Paul last year, again, he played all 82 freaking games.
Yeah, very reliable.
He still averaged 8.8 points and 7.4 assists. Still shot 37% from three. Still averaged 1.3 steals. And still shoots 92% for the free throw line.
You know who else they got, Sam? The GOAT. Derrick Jones Jr. Averaging 10 points off the bench.
Derrick Jones can actually average 10 points per game?
I know, right? Shocker. He never did that in Miami.
His
best was like 8.5.
He was winning dunk contest in Miami. Anthony said Chris Paul is there to be a passing machine. He is. He's there to be the backup point guard and facilitator to James Harden.
And with how many scorers they have, that's all they need him to do.
Now, the bigger thing here is
that their average age is 32.
Maybe. Here's my thing. Bradley Beal is being asked to do a lot more because Beal is asked to fill the role that Norman Powell leaves behind by moving on to Miami. I do not like the fact that they got rid of Norman Powell. Because I think, well, of course you do. Because guess what? If you didn't get Norman Powell, you probably would end up signing Bradley Beal.
Ugh.
And that's the thing. I liked Powell with the Clippers, and I think at this point of their careers, I think Powell's a better defender. I think he's definitely he's definitely healthier, more durable. So I personally liked, if they would just got Chris Paul and never got Bradley Beal, I would have loved it. Powell knew how to be a scorer, but he also knew how to fit as a role player. Again, I understand James Harden has adopted this new pass-first mentality over the past few years. James Harden still wants to score. Chris Paul, to be a facilitator, has to have the basketball in his hand. Then you have Bradley Beal and Kawhi Leonard. There's only one basketball, guys. So if you don't have guys that know how to... Look, we just saw that Bradley Beal attempt to be an off-ball player. Look how well that turned out in Phoenix. So I personally don't like the Beal fit. I understand, all right, they got to try to replace Norman Powell's production. I don't like it being with Bradley Beal. Because there's only one basketball. Now, yes, I know we can make the case that, all right, these guys aren't all going to play together all the time. Some guys will score some nights. Some guys will score others. That's also not the greatest thing to do because then you get guys out of whack every other night. Yep. Not to mention, where's Zubac's touch is coming now? Where's John Collins getting the basketball? We haven't even talked about those two really. We're just talking about the other four.
Well, they're the most reliable ones.
Yeah, honestly, and the youngest. Anthony, if your biggest thing I just take out of everything I just said is talking about Chris Paul, then we have a major problem. The starting five. has one basketball. I don't know how that's going to coexist.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Some people are going to have to take backseat roles. Who knows how they'll feel about it?
And the only guy that has honestly shown me that he's been able to do that, I can't believe I'm saying it, has been James Harden.
He did, yeah. He kind of took that backseat scoring role in Philadelphia.
Yeah. And he had no way. And he was, honestly, I thought those were some of his most efficient seasons.
Yeah.
Because, but then you saw in games when Embiid missed in the playoffs, Harden had no issue trying to drop 40 on you. He had no issue with it.
Yep.
So, it is what it is. I don't know personally how this Clippers team is going to work. I don't think they're going to have to stay healthy, and they're going to have to find a way to coexist with all these guys on the floor together. Oh, dear God, Anthony. Why must we do these things? Why must we do these things? Anyway. Yeah, then Clint, that biggest problem with the Clippers, which can be any bigger problem, is they lack athleticism. Oh, Clint, they lack a lot. That's John Collins is the most athletic dude on that roster.
Yep. Outside of him, don't look at anybody else.
Oh, I'm just curious. Who else is on the Clippers roster right now? Just curious. Nicholas Batum. Chris Dunn. I remember Chris Dunn when he got drafted. John Collins, Derek Jones, Kawhi Leonard. Oh, God, yeah. I don't know how much stock in this team I'm buying at all.
Oh, so they actually just the Clippers head coach stated that CP3 is going to be the reserve point guard.
Well, what else is he going to be?
Well, by reserve, I don't even think he means he's going to be like in the rotation.
Chris Paul is going to be in the Clippers rotation. What are you talking about?
I don't know, man. Because, I mean, from the title of that statement, wouldn't you have said backup point guard?
That's what reserve basically means. Why are you overthinking this? You just sat here and said that you think Chris Paul may not be in an NBA rotation.
Based off of how I read it, yes.
All right, who's their backup point guard then? They don't have one.
I don't know.
They really don't have one. It's Chris Paul. What are you talking about right now, man?
No, Chris Dunn.
You overthought that so much. See, you deserve Bradley Beal on your team because of stuff like that.
You know what? You deserve Joel Embiid to only play 25 games.
I don't care. By the time the NBA season rolls around, the Eagles will be like 7-1. I don't care.
What's his name's going to have more appearances? Joel Embiid's going to have more appearances on Paul George's podcast than games played.
Most likely so. Paul George would probably have more appearances on Paul George's podcast than he will on the court. Yeah, I know, Clint. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Who describes a backup as a reserve? I'm sorry, but that's not the term I use for it.
If you're not a starter, you're a reserve. Oh, dear God, you're overthinking this. Oh, dear God, you're overthinking this. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you overthinking this? Not everybody's a backup, so sometimes you got to say reserve. He's the backup point guard. He's a reserve.
Wait, what the hell did you just say to me? You said not everybody's a backup, so sometimes they're a reserve.
How many guys are on the basketball court? Hold on. How many guys are on the basketball court? 5. How many bench players do you usually have? 7. You can't have all 7 of the guys on the bench play together, so that's why they're called reserves, because some reserves play more than others.
Just call him the backup point guard. It's not that difficult.
Oh, dear God almighty. Why are we doing
Reserve
that?
makes it sound like he's not suiting up on certain nights. I like to turn back up more. Let's move on.
You went too. You just went way too. You went way too deep into this. You looked way too deep into this whole situation. No. Anywho, you want to move on to some NFL?
No.
Okay, then I guess we're done for the night.
We're gonna reserve the NFL for another night.
I'm going to reserve interviews for another co-host so I can have somebody come across and smack you upside the head. All right. Anyway, let's get into some NFL to end the show here. First bit of news we have up: Pittsburgh Steelers. They continue their busy offseason. So just to recap what the Steelers have done this offseason. Signed Aaron Rodgers. Traded for Jalen Ramsey. Signed Darius Slay. Now, they finally get what they had to get done, and that was give T.J. Watt his contract extension. The Steelers and T.J. Watt agreed to a 3-year, $123 million contract extension with $108 million fully guaranteed at signing. This now makes Watt the highest paid defensive player in the NFL. Tyler, your thoughts?
I mean, it's great that the Steelers finally came to terms with it. I mean, aside from Hayward, he's pretty much the heart and soul of that defense. We all know they got rid of Minka already. Traded him for Ramsey. Still didn't agree with that. But the future of your defense and their identity is TJ Watt. So it was crucial to get that deal done. And it honestly looked at some points like it wasn't going to happen. And that he was going to request a trade out. But they came to terms, did the right thing. He got paid. And maybe they'll have a chance next year.
Yeah. I did forget what Clint just said. I did forget Chris Paul is expected to retire after the season. I guess he's reserving his retirement for after the season.
Yeah.
But anyway.
He's reserving this season as his farewell tour.
Yeah. But no, you knew they had to get the deal with Watt done. Because if they didn't, what would be their identity?
Yeah. Jalen Ramsey.
They're going to need to get after the quarterback. All these old quarters are going to have running around the field.
Basically.
But, no, I mean, how did it get done? What are they going to do? Trade him? I mean, you just signed it. I mean, what would that make you look like after trading for Jalen Ramsey, signing Aaron Rodgers, and then trading TJ Watt? What would that would make you look ridiculous.
Yeah, everyone they would have laughed at him. They would have been the laughing stock, even though the Cleveland Browns exist.
Oh, well. Well, first of all, I hope TJ does feel better about himself because he finally got something up on Myles Garrett. Because I don't care what you say. Go look at numbers, look at whatever. I still believe that Myles Garrett's a better player than TJ Watt.
Nope, I don't either.
I still think Myles Garrett's better.
Yeah, I agree.
If you swap them immediately, Pittsburgh probably would be better.
I agree.
But no, the deal was going to have to get done. You can't not get that deal done after all the other stuff you've done. After you brought in Slay, Ramsey, trading, I still to this day, I hate the Minka Fitzpatrick being part of that deal. I still understand what they were saying.
I didn't think they needed it. I mean, you lose talent, one of the most talented young safeties in the league, when you already had a solid enough starting cornerback duo in Slay and
Joey
Porter. So they didn't need it. So now they're going to be forced to make it work with all three of them with no slot corner experience. And now you're weaker at safety.
Yeah. And Zolt makes a perfect point here that Parsons is very happy that TJ Watt signed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He is ecstatic. He said, all right, Jerry, this is what I want.
But if Micah showed up to training camp today, so he walked right and said, all right, let's talk.
All right. He said, now we got an idea of the numbers we're looking at here, guys. Let's talk.
Not to mention I'm a few years younger than TJ, too.
Mm-hmm.
Another one we had. I gotta go find these ones because I did not post these on the 609 page. Another player that got his money last week, of course, the day after our show, was Sauce Gardner.
Yep.
Let me go see if I can find. Here we go. So Sauce Gardner last week signed a 4-year, $120 million extension, making him the highest paid corner in the NFL. Tyler, what are we thinking on that?
I mean, I knew it was going to happen. From the year he got drafted, I knew he was going to back up what everyone already thought about him. He is one of the premier corners in the league. And now he's getting paid like it. And there's going to continue to be corners that keep resetting the market. We're in a really interesting era of a lot of elite cornerbacks coming into the NFL. I think the next one that's going to get the big contract is going to be Quinyon. And I'm not prepared for that.
We got a couple years before that. The next one that's coming is going to be Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
In KC, so.
If KC pays him, or if KC decides that they're too good to pay corner top money.
Well, they did. They just gave. You saw George Karlaftis just got his extension with them.
Karlaftis got paid too.
4 years, $93 million with $62 million guaranteed. Honestly, man, he was and he's been an anchor on that defensive line for Spags over the past couple of years. So.
Oh yeah.
They really were having a hard time finding some mainstays with Chris Jones on that line. Karlaftis has come in, and he's done a bang-up job for them. You got to give him the credit.
Karlaftis makes Chris Jones's job a lot easier, and vice versa for him as well. Chris Jones makes Karlaftis' job a lot easier.
No, without a doubt.
So, yeah, you're right. They were struggling finding a good pass rush to put together with Chris Jones, but Karlaftis was a hit for him.
What's up, Burnsy? All right, hold on. Anthony, here's the problem with that. Number one, when you draft guys like Garrett Wilson who are talented, you don't let them walk out of your building. So whatever you have to pay them, you have to pay them. Number two, do you think Garrett Wilson has had a consistent quarterback in his time in New York?
No.
And don't talk to me about last year because they had Aaron Rodgers. Aaron made them go get his buddy. Don't compare that. Now he's actually the wide receiver one.
I think, dare I say, Garrett Wilson was too talented of a quarterback for Aaron Rodgers to mesh with. Because you could see that they were not linked up. They did not have good chemistry together.
No.
There's a lot of misthrown balls, whether it was the wrong route being ran, wrong anticipation, who knows what it was, but they were not on the same page. But, you're putting your trust in Justin Fields now. You got to keep a good wide receiver on your team. You're not going to let Garrett Wilson walk. Those two might mesh and be really good quarterback-receiver tandem.
I mean, Garrett Wilson last year had 1,104 yards and 7 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson's been over 1,000 yards each year of his career. His receptions per year have gone up from 83 to 95 to 101. So
what
I don't
was
know.
his numbers last year?
The second you ask me something is literally right as I get off of it.
Damn it, Sam.
Last year, he had 101 catches for 1,104 yards and 7 touchdowns.
I don't know how that's not top 10.
And whether it's top 10 or not, it doesn't matter.
It's consistent, and also he was doing it with average quarterback play. Rodgers was his best quarterback he's played with. So the fact that he's been able to manage getting 1,000 yards with the other quarterbacks he's played with over his career, it's pretty impressive.
Okay, Anthony, so here's the first of two things are. Number one, you're saying that about Terry, but yet your team still hasn't given him a contract. And also, Gary Terry, very good wide receiver. You're missing me with the elite talk, though. Elite is like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. That's elite to me. Honestly, Anthony, you don't want to hear it. McLaurin and Garrett Wilson they're kind of in the same realm of wide receivers to me.
Yeah, they're really good.
And don't take that as an insult. There's about 40 wide receivers in that class. I know I want to ruffle some feathers by saying that. Clint said earlier, Sauce is probably the third best corner behind Surtain and Stingley. Surtain, yes.
Yeah, Surtain, yes. I don't know if I'd put Stingley ahead of him.
I don't know.
He's getting up there.
Stingley is pretty damn good.
Yeah. I think right now, definitely Surtain, he is the best. Right now.
Stingley had 54 tackles and 5 interceptions last year.
Yeah, they definitely are. They'd be in the top 3. You'd have to really nitpick to say who you want to be your second and third.
I mean, Sauce only has 3 career interceptions. Stingley has 11.
But you got to think, not a lot of teams throw to him.
That is a good point. Yeah, I don't get this whole there's this weird thing on Twitter where people like to say Sauce is overrated. I have no idea where they're coming from with that.
All right, yeah, call him overrated. Just watch your number 1 wide receiver get locked down. Cool story.
Yeah, right. Okay, Zolt just made so many great points here. Wilson had more yards last year than Terry McLaurin. Touchdowns don't compare, but neither did the Jets.
Very true. Very true.
That's a very unique way of looking at it. Oh man. What's up, Stephanie? Stephanie's watching from Chicago with us again. But yeah. In some Commanders news, since we're on that subject, Von Miller up and with the Commanders there. What are our thoughts on that?
It's interesting. Von Miller is definitely coming to a tail end of his career.
You think?
Well, he'll be able to offer a solid veteran presence. How much he's going to contribute, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be able to ever get back to the double-digit numbers again. But I guess if he could at least provide some guidance to some of the young pass rushers on the D-line, then, it could be valuable.
Yeah. Clint said he loves Scary Terry, but he's not elite. He still disappears at time for me. Clint, that's not fair. He only disappears when Quingon Mitchell's on the field. But, I mean, if you look at Von Miller last year, he played in 13 games. He had 6 sacks.
Yeah, which it's solid. He's going to be a rotational piece. I don't think he's going to be able to play every single down. He's not going to be able to contribute every single down.
Anthony, in terms of the last part of that comment, I did see that. And he wants the Guardians to be back named the Indians. I don't see what the problem with it is.
Yeah.
But that's another topic for another day.
Oh, yeah.
No, I like Von Miller going to the Commanders. The only thing that scares me with it is, do the Commanders have the pass rushing depth to where Von can be that third down kind of pass rush specialist like he was in Buffalo last year? Because in 13 games last year in Buffalo, he still had 6 sacks.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the question: is do they have the depth that he can play that role in Washington? Because I'll tell you, if they want Von Miller to come in and even play 50% of the snaps, you're begging for trouble. So I like Von Miller. I really do. I think I like the fit in Washington, which just adds to their older roster because they still do have one of the oldest rosters in the league.
Yep.
But it's a veteran that could definitely help them. It can't hurt to have Von Miller in your locker room.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, but all right. Anthony says Cam Newton's taking shots at Jaden Daniels. Cam Newton's taking shots at everybody.
Cam Newton is, how do I put this? A goober.
Exactly what he is. He was hired by ESPN to be exactly that. But just remember,
wearing these fancy suits and talking trash about players who have way more successful NFL careers.
But just remember, this is the guy that played the ultimate team sport at the highest level and said, "I'd rather keep my MVP trophy than trade it in for a Super Bowl." Remember that. All right, Cam?
That was bold of you to assume that he was a team player.
Well, I'm sorry. I remember I used to get all that flack for the fumble recovery he refused to fall on top of.
Yeah. Dude, if it's any other game besides the Super Bowl,
I don't care if you break your arm going for that ball. You get that football back.
Yeah. He was looking out for the longevity of his career, which didn't end up being that much longer after that.
Yeah, I'm going to say he never reached an NFC championship game after that.
Yeah. Because let's not forget, it was his defense who got him to that Super Bowl. Yes, he was playing good. He was playing good football, but that defense was playing out of their mind. With Joshua Norton. Luke Kuechly.
Ooh. Oh, man. Luke Kuechly. I miss Luke Kuechly so fucking much, man. I wish Luke didn't retire early. He's such a great player.
Yeah.
All right, so Burnsy's got an interesting comment here saying Commanders have been making move after move. They were one game away last year with a rookie phenom at quarterback. They might be in the chip this season. Oh, Burnsy, that is bold. Burnsy, the only thing I want to say is they've made some decent moves. And yes, I understand they were a game away from the Super Bowl. Let's not forget what happened in that game.
Yep.
They got a big old 5-5 burger dropped on them.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, I like what they've done. I like where they're at. I don't like I still don't think, again, I don't think Deebo Samuel is this upgrade that people think he is.
Yeah, Deebo.
They really didn't add any. See, when you have a young quarterback, what I like to do is you want to add guys that can fit the timetable with him. Now, Terry's going to be there for a while. I know Commander fans, I know they've been complaining. Terry's getting his money. Terry McLaurin is going to earn whatever payday the Commanders give him. outside of that, they really don't have much. Debo's on an expiring deal. Not sure if he'll get a new deal. Zach Ertz is on another deal. Austin Eckler's still there. I don't love their skill positions yet. I don't love them. And with Jaden Daniels, look, like Burnsy said, he was a phenom last year. But now we're going to see you, and all these teams have tape on it.
Yep.
Anthony said somebody said Debo is 9% body fat.
Oh my gosh.
No, Anthony. 9% is about the capability of his route running. And Zolt said, as far as the Commanders, we were saying the same thing about the Texans after Stroud's first year. Oh, we were saying it. I think CJ Stroud was my number 3 quarterback going into last season.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that from.
Red
down on mine.
Burnsy, I agree that they'll have chances, but I don't know about this year. They're still a team in the NFC East they got to worry about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to get it done, man.
The NFC is loaded, man. You got Detroit. You got the whole NFC North. You still have Philly. You still have some teams in the West.
Yep.
And then there's the South. Anthony, it doesn't matter that they're different players. What we are pointing out is after his rookie year, C.J. Stroud was supposed to be an MVP candidate. All I'm saying is, I know what Zolt's trying to say. All I'm saying is, I want to see Jaden Daniels do what he did last year now that teams have plenty of tape on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. Because I'm still not going to forget what happened in the NFC title game to that. And yes, okay, they did defeat the Lions. The Lions had a practice squad on their defensive side of the football. Anthony, I don't care about the Madden curse. I won the freaking Super Bowl last year. I could care less. You know who cares about the Madden curse? Bills fans, because Josh Allen ain't winning crap as long as Patrick Mahomes is in the freaking league. I don't care what happened this year. You know why? Because I just won the freaking Super Bowl. I don't care.
Very true.
Now, do I want to get back and win another one? Sure. I just won one. I don't care about the Madden curse. No, there's actually a new curse. It's called letting good players go to Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley. Do I got to continue it? Who's the next skill position player that wants to come win a championship?
True.
I could care less about the Madden curse. I won a Super Bowl. I don't care about the Madden curse.
Very true.
Of course, everything last year isn't going to. Look, is this year going to be just like last year? Absolutely not. Is Saquon going to run for 2K? Probably not.
And that's fine.
Yeah. I know where you're trying to get at with the Madden curse, and with the way that the Eagles run their team, I'm not worried about it.
That's right.
And exactly, Clint, Mahomes beat the Madden curse. All in all, I ain't got really much else to talk about.
Yeah.
Tyler, do you have anything else we want to say?
I think we covered almost everything. Oh, man.
I'm getting too emotional.
We have not ignited any fans. We've just ignited Sam.
Yeah, we don't ignite the fans. We just ignite me. But anyway, all right, guys. We're going to get on out of here for the night. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Zolt, Anthony, Burnsy, Stephanie, Clint, Carol, all you guys, all your comments tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Guys, next week, we begin the coverage for the NFL 2025. Starting next week, Tyler and I will be individually going through our top 10 list of each basically position for the 2025 season. So we'll basically, over the next several weeks, be going through quarterback, running back, wide receiver duos, the tight end position, offensive line, total defenses. That is what we'll be doing over these next several weeks for you guys. So some episodes may be a little shorter. We may only have episodes that are maybe 30 to 45 minutes. We may have shows that go over the hour mark like tonight. But thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Before we get out of here, I do want to read off the rest of the comments. I do not like to have you guys' comments left hanging. Results said fastest way to a worse record would be to return to rerun the same offense. Yeah, and that is why I don't think we're going to do that. I think they're going to be just fine.
Oh yeah.
Carol says, have a great week. Thank you, Carol. Can't wait to see you next week.
Have a good
Once
week,
again, Burnsy says, great show, fellas. Love it. Thank you, Burnsy. Can't wait to see you up next week either.
Yeah,
so, guys, prepare yourself next week. So, don't make me come up with another crappy one-liner for Dueling Aces tomorrow.
We're doing kickers and coaches. Don't you worry.
We're doing punters, too, while we're at it.
Yeah, we'll throw them in the kickers category. Beef it up a little bit.
But anyway, guys, thank you all for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson, and this is the Eagles' ridiculously large Super Bowl ring. Good night, everybody.